Part 1. Before we begin, let's think about why kinship might be relevant for us today. We all have relatives or kin, whether born or chosen, traditional or alternative, and are therefore part of some kind of kinship system from the moment we are born. Kinship allows us to think through important ideas about social organization, how we relate to each other, and even how we think about things and the circulation of resources. Kinship is just one of a range of ways to organize a society. For example, we might compare kinship with another kind of social organization, that of a class-based system. This could be a hereditary title system, or it could be a wealth-based system. The different forms of social organization, kinship or class, often correspond to different ways of distributing resources. In the class-based system of many modern industrialized societies, wealth is distributed impersonally through transactions usually involving money. In contrast, in kinship systems, wealth often circulates through personal relationships. For example, let's start with a family as a basic social unit and an event like a birthday or Christmas. We give gifts to others in our family, and as we all know, gifts circulate. We give a gift, and we usually get a gift in return. Sometimes, if we don't like the gift, it may be regifted. In short, we participate in a circulation of gifts when we focus on relationships, and kinship is one way of thinking about those relationships. So, as we can see, we are all part of a social organization. Different kinds of society don't have to be mutually exclusive, that is, either kinship-based or class-based, although one kind may be more dominant. Understanding kinship is important because it helps us to understand how other groups of people, other societies predominantly organize themselves. It also helps us understand how in industrialized nations we, despite being part of a kinship network, live in societies dominated by class and the state. Part 2. We start to construct a basic kinship chart by beginning with the ego. The ego has, in most cases, a father and a mother. In most cases, too, they are married. Say the ego has one brother and one sister. This is represented by the letter B and the letter Z. The father is also represented by the letter F and the mother by the letter M. Say also the ego's father has two siblings, one brother and one sister. They each have two offspring, one male and one female. Everything in the kinship chart is represented according to the ego, so that the father's brother is FB, and the father's brother's daughter is FBD, and the father's brother's son is FBS. In the same way, the father's sister is FZ, and the father's sister's daughter is FZD, and the father's sister's son is FZS. We build up these letters according to relationships, all from the perspective of ego with whom we started. Now let's look at this from the example of perhaps one of the most famous families in the world, the British royal family. Say, for example, that the ego is Prince William. Prince William's father is Prince Charles. His father's brother, Prince Edward, is FB. His father's sister, Princess Anne, is FZ. Prince Edward's daughter, Louise, is FBD. His son, James, is FBS. Princess Anne's daughter, Zara, is FZD. Princess Anne's son, Peter, is FZS. Through this example, we may also illustrate two more kinship terms: parallel cousins, that is, father's brother's children or mother's sister's children, and cross cousins, that is, father's sister's children or mother's brother's children. Let's consider all of this further with an example from ASS 102's set text, which is the book Veiled Sentiments. As we know, the book is about a Bedouin tribe in Egypt. On pages 56 to 59 of Veiled Sentiments, we learn that the ideal preferred marriage arrangement among the Bedouin is patrilateral parallel cousin marriage. This means, if you are male, marrying your father's brother's daughter. And just to refer back to the British royal family, if they were Bedouin, this means that the ideal first wife for Prince William would be Prince Edward's daughter, Louise. Why then do the Bedouin regard patrilateral parallel cousin marriage as ideal? To explain this, say, we now have a new ego, a Bedouin man. This man's relationship to his father is patrilineal. This means a descent relationship reckoned through the male line. The father's relationship to a brother is patrilateral, which means a lateral relationship reckoned through a male ancestor. For the Bedouin, identity is established through blood, traced through paternal descent, hence those big red lines. Blood is traced either through one's ancestors or through one's tribe, as this is always reckoned through agnatic or paternal descent. In summary, one's identity and social position is established through one's father. For comparison, in English, we follow the same agnatic pattern in passing down family names. Bedouin patrilateral parallel cousins are kin of both blood and flesh, and marrying your FBD keeps resources within the family. A woman's role is external to this particular framing, although the book Veiled Sentiments elaborates on the real-life complexities of gender relations, codes of behavior, and moral worth among the Bedouins of Western Egypt.